What is going on? This is Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Down here with Brayton Laster, who's making a start in the ARCA Menards Series. Brayton, on Twitter, you're that one pizza man. Where did this nickname come from? Is there, just a craving for pizza every time after a race, or what's that deal?
Yeah, that's pretty close. Growing up, I always would be known for having like a pizza slice in my hands, whether I'm at school, at the track, after school, or at the gym. So I was always kind of like that nerdy, like chubby kid growing up that was eating pizza, and kids started calling me the pizza man or the pizza kid growing up. And this is like when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. And then at the track, I'd always be seen eating pizza. So, hey, it's a pizza kid. Hey, pizza kid, get over here. And it kind of became, my personality. And then, I had shoes, I've had pants, backpacks, I've had pizza shirts, pizza jackets, bucket hats. I've had, underwear and socks. I've had pizza everything. And then, I got the helmet. I'm like, people have trouble kind of relating to drivers nowadays. You look at drivers, don't really know much about them. You look at me, you see my pizza helmet, you're like, I like this kid. This kid's goofy. Because everybody can relate to pizza. Everyone's had an experience at least once in their life with pizza. So by having something that people can easily relate to, it kind of, I think, one, takes something that I really like and something that I, am very passionate about, like pizza, and kind of, move it to the more professional and like business side of things. Or, oh, hey, it's a pizza kid, we can work with this guy, who's known for this thing. He's got a brand behind him, So it's kind of that thing we got going for us. It started out as a joke, and now it's become a very serious thing.
You started your racing career mainly in the dirt, doing dirt racing around Indiana too. How was the transition from dirt racing to pavement racing? How is the similarities and differences between those two?
Yeah, I started out actually 12 years ago running a flat 5th mile bull ring. It was an asphalt bull ring. I started out in go-karts, and when I was 12 years old, I started running like thunder cars and street stocks. It was a 1977 Ford Thunderbird, and this was all like on the bull ring, like quarter mile, 5th mile asphalt stuff, no banking. And then when I was 15 or so, we made the move to dirt, and we went straight from asphalt. I was running the Outlaw figure 8 late models at the time, Indianapolis, which is like a figure 8 race is a big deal. And you have the crossover, and you have to drive through people. It's kind of like super speedway racing. They're going to wreck. Just got to figure out how to minimize the damage. And then when I was 15 or so, we made the move to dirt. I had a good mentor in my life, CJ Rayburn, who was kind of the king of dirt late models, and he lived just 4 or 5 minutes south of my house, and so I interned at his shop over a winter, and I learned a lot. And then we got a car, and we went racing at Brownstown. I got Rookie of the Year in the Super Dirt Late Model Series in our first ever year trying. I think we were 10th in points. And then this past year, we've kind of been focused the past couple of years is running dirt from Kentucky, the Ultimate Auto of America Late Model Series, and Circuit City Raceway's kind of become one of my home tracks, and dirt, which is another bull ring. And we've run with Lucas Oil and Road of Outlaws. We run with all kinds of series. And it's completely different than this. I mean, you're going in a corner at 120, and you're sideways in the dirt. This, you have all the grip in the world, and just floor it through, it's like 30-something degrees bank, and you don't need to go through sideways to get through the corner. You got all the grip you need. And it's definitely different. It's vastly different than the dirt style. Now, sometimes if I have to make a quick save, the dirt kind of comes in hand there, but it's, apples and tomatoes. There's no comparison, really.
So, and also, too, you're one of the younger drivers in this ARCA field, and you're still going through college. How do you balance college life and racing, your dream, and also an education as well, making sure that both you're doing to your best of your abilities?
Yeah, I also work a 40-hour work week, too, during the week. So, and work on our own dirt. I build our own motors for the dirt cars, so I'm building and working on our own dirt cars. Working 40 or so hours a week, going to school online, and also trying to become a professional race car driver. And it's a lot of sleepless nights. I'm not very social back at home. I don't really go out with friends or anything. I don't really party. I don't think I've ever been to a party. I'm lonely. Help me, please. So it's part of those sacrifices you have to make. I've grown up around racing. It's a family thing. My dad's owned and worked on race cars since the 80s on like the local level, and so I was kind of born into it, and this is like all I know really. And I never really thought I'd be able to make a career or even race anywhere near this level. Last year was kind of a fluke how we got up here, and then we made a truck start last year too, which is pretty cool at Knoxville. Got 27th there, and now we're back at the Road Center race in Daytona International Speedway, and there's nothing like it. So it's definitely a lot of blood, sweat, and tears involved, a lot of sacrifices made by me and my whole family, and it takes its toll out on you, and there's a lot of times you just want to throw in the towel and just want to quit, and you got to push through it.
And one of the highlights that you had last year was a wreck highlight. You had one of those cars flying over your hood at Talladega coming off of turn 4. What was that experience like of having a car just flying, climbing up on top of your car on that?
Well, yeah, I was Sunday cruising with lap 48 or something. I'm like, we still got 30 to go. I'm chilling, I'm cruising. Ain't no need to make big moves. We're running inside the top 15. We're comfortable back here. I thought we'd be behind all, the stupid stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm sliding through the grass, and I didn't even know a car flew over me. And I felt me get hit. I started to roll back up the track. I thought I was about to get T-boned, and luckily we didn't. And there was someone else in that wreck that did, unfortunately. And they're still out here racing, thankfully. So it was a scary wreck for sure. It was my first. I've wrecked a lot in the short track scene, especially with the figure 8 stuff. But there's nothing that can compare to wrecking at 190 miles an hour. It just happened so fast, and you don't realize how fast you're going until you try to slow down. Because I'm holding the brake down, we're not stopping, we're going sideways through the grass. I see cars flying through, you can't see nothing, there's dirt everywhere. And I go to the info care center and they check me out. And I get back to the trailer, and Brad Perez is like, "Man, dude, that was so cool." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, a car flew over you." I'm like, "A car did what?" And he posts on my Facebook, and it's got like 50,000 views. And I'm like, at that point, it's been up for like 20, 30 minutes at that point. I'm like, "This is insane." And that was my first time, really seeing the car flew over me. And I remember stopping after the wreck and seeing my right front was destroyed. I'm like, okay, I got hit in the left rear. Nobody hit me in the right front. How's the right front destroyed? How did this happen? I have no idea. And that's kind of how it happened. I didn't know it happened until like about an hour or so after the wreck, like 45 minutes, something like that. So it was a career-defining moment. Hopefully we can change. When people think of Brayton Laster, the pizza man, they go, "Oh, kid had that awesome wreck at Talladega." Hopefully we can change that this weekend. Hey, that's a kid that won Daytona.
And one of the things that you're making moves on is over this offseason, you signed Presley Sora, which people, if they're not familiar with the iRacing, he's raced Monday Night Racing. He's raced a bunch of iRacing levels. Now he has the opportunity. He's one of those sim to reality type of drivers. How did that deal come together with Sora for him to drive your late model for select races?
So it kind of goes back to that Talladega wreck. Gavin Newton, who's a good friend of Presley's, they went to school together, and they've been friends since they were like 7 or 8. He designed Richie Garvey's car, the car that flew over me. And he actually designed our car here this weekend too, which is kind of funny. And Gavin reached out to me about a month or so after the Talladega wreck. He goes, "Hey man, I designed this car that flew over you." And they're from Cambridge City, Indiana, about an hour east of me. Like, "Hey, we're also from Indiana. It'd be really cool if you wanted to talk about the wreck. Just kind of get your perspective on it, just kind of fill in the whole story, for nostalgic reasons." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, sure thing." And since then, we've become friends. I mean, we go out to eat 2 or 3 times a week, me, Gavin, and Presley. And, we might go out go-karting, in the summer. And that's how it mainly started. They offered me to go go-karting with them. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go go-karting." And, I mean, we've been friends ever since. And Presley obviously has, a great story. He's won everything there is on iRacing pretty much. And he kind of was talking. He goes, "Hey, I want to drive the real thing. I want to do the real thing." He goes, "There's nothing I haven't proven in the iRacing world that, he goes, I'm content where I'm at. I want to go to the real thing." And he tested the late model last year at Hickory, I believe for Orion. I may be mistaken there, after winning the Monday Night Season Championship. And so I'm like, we'll see what we can do. And we've never really been big in asphalt late model stuff. We've always done the dirt stuff for Outlaw Figure 8. And so we got a sportsman late model there. And we're like, "Presley, if you want, man, come get it." And so he's gone and raised the funding and kind of make it happen, talk to the right people. And now we're going to make his dream a reality and hopefully get him out here in the next couple of years.
And now looking into your plans for 2023, what are your expectations and plans going on, mainly for like ARCA Series? We're down here probably Daytona. Do you have Talladega planned? Do you have other ARCA races as well? What's on the plate for you, to say?
Yeah. So yeah, we kind of taken this whole deal one race at a time because it's vastly new to us. We never thought we'd be at this level, and last year everything happened so quick. So as of now, we have Daytona kind of lined up, obviously, as we're here. We have Talladega. We're planning on returning with the Mullins for that again in a couple months, and hopefully have a better result than we did last year. And the rest is kind of up in the air. I'm going to be running the an asphalt super late model for Van Meter Racing down at South Alabama, the Rattler here in March. So we're pretty excited about that. That will be my asphalt super late model debut. So we'll be running with them a couple times throughout the year and whatnot. Running hopefully some dirt stuff. We actually sold our dirt car to come down here. That's how we had a sponsor back out on us last second, and obviously we want the dream to be alive, and we believe in the dream, and this is a once in a career opportunity to be down here with the Mullins, and they're great people and they provide awesome equipment. So we're like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this weekend, hopefully. So we sold our dirt car to come down here. So.
This is Brayton Laster here. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about that one pizza man. I'm Jared Haas with Frontstretch. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you.